I have 396 PlayStation games in my collection. That's ranging from PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 altogether. Comes out to 396. I know, because I just counted them. Altogether, with the PlayStation and all the rest of my game collection, I probably have over 1,000 games. Easy. And that's just in here. I have some more boxed up in my container. You're probably wondering, well, why are you telling us this? Well, I'm going to tell you right now what's going on, and welcome back. If you happen to catch last week's video, which you probably didn't, I know, that video didn't get too many views. My videos haven't been getting too many views lately. I understand. I get it. What are you going to gain from watching these videos that I'm making? Probably nothing. But and you're probably not watching this one either. But I'm going to tell you anyways. Again, if you happen to catch last week's video, I hinted at that this coming year might be my last game room tour that I was going to do for a very long time. The reason was there was two items that I was trying to acquire, but I didn't say what they were because I wasn't too sure if I was going to be able to get them or not. Well, I'm not, and I'll tell you what they were. There were two bookshelves. Each bookshelf was 5.5 feet long and 7 foot tall. They were massive. These bookshelves were massive. One was going to go right here, cover this entire wall, and the other bookshelf was going to go on the other side. $400 I was fixing to throw down for these bookshelves. And I was ready to do it because I need them, believe it or not. I'm running out of space. I've been running out of space, stacking games on top of games and stuff like that. I mean, I have another bookshelf. If you watched, when was it? Was it last year? Or the beginning of this year sometime? I showed you the bookshelf that I had in my living room. It's now in my game room. And then you're probably thinking, well, why does it look different? What's going on? I moved the game room around. I moved it around to make more space. But as I was moving the shelves around and stuff, for example, this shelf right here, it was like all rickety. It was like going like swaying like this. So I'm like, dude, I don't even know how the hell this shelf is like even still standing. That's how old these shelves are. I've had them for years and years. So I was like, it's time for something new. But that's why I was gonna make another game room tour, because after this one, because once I got if I were to buy those two massive bookshelves, they would have been put in place, and that's where they would have stayed, and you'd be getting the same game room tour every year. I mean, you kind of already are getting the same game room tour every year, but it changes a little bit. But once those shelves were going to be in here, it wouldn't have changed no more. That would have been it. It would have been the same game room tour, and I was like, I can't do that, right? Well, I mean, I can't show the same game room tour every year. Which I know I already kind of am doing that, but like I said, it's changed a little bit, so it might be different. And some people probably haven't even seen this game room, so it might be new to them. Anyways, so like I said, I was gonna throw down $400 this past week to get those bookshelves, because I could, with those two bookshelves, I was gonna be able to put all my games on there and still have plenty of room as my collection was growing, right? Excuse me. So I wasn't able to get them because my dog got sick last week. She got real sick, and I needed to take her to the vet. So I took her to the vet. I didn't have no money at all. I had like $5, and plus the money I had in my savings for the house payment. I had half of this house payment saved up, and I was fixing to put in the other half this past week. So by the time we got out of the vet, that bill was like $335. So I was like, oh my God, dude, that's half the house payment's gone already. And I haven't even put the other half in yet. I was like, jeez, dude. So I started kind of sweating bullets a little bit because this last time I got paid, I had to replace all that money plus the other half of the house payment and put it into my savings so I can make the house payment right this month. So I was like, dang, man. Well, there's that. I wasn't able to get the bookshelves. But that's okay. Even though I needed them, they're not important. What's important is my little puppy. Can you hear her? Probably not. She only makes noise when I'm talking. She's sitting here on the floor sleeping, snoring a little bit. But she's more important than bookshelves. I can always get these later, right? I can always get new bookshelves later. I'll just have to save up or whatever, but I needed to get her better, and I did. Well, I didn't. The vet did. They gave her a couple of shots, gave her some medicine, and sent us on our way. And like 2 days later, she was fine. She was back to normal. They wanted me to take her back this past Friday for a checkup. I was like, no. Because they would have charged me. They would have charged me for the checkup. How much? I don't know. But they would have found, ways to make that bill pretty high, I'm sure. They're good at that, man. Those vets, they're pretty good at this, at raising that vet bill. I took her in one time because it was time for her to get her shots. And I thought, well, shots, it'd be like, I don't know, $100 maybe, right? There's just 2 shots. So they brought her in, or they took her in, they gave her shots, they clipped her nails. I didn't ask them to. I guess she kind of needed them a little bit, but they clipped her nails. Because she's a pug, she's got these folds in her face. So they cleaned her folds out. They were like, would you like, some wipes to take home so you can clean her folds that she has in her face? I was like, yeah, sure. $245 by the time I got out of that bed. They charged me $45 just for the wipes. Then they charged me to get her nails clipped. Then they charged me for the shots. It's like, oh my God, dude. These guys, man, they're freaking ridiculous. So they were like, bring her in Friday and for a checkup. I was like, hell no. Because she's doing fine. She's doing fine. She's running around the house, playing with her toys, sitting on my lap, sleeping on the floor, snoring. She's fine. She's back to normal. Even my dad was like, my dad asked me today, he said, did you take her back to the vet? I was like, no. He's like, I wouldn't have taken her either, because they have a dog and they're expensive, man. If you love your pet and you take care of your pet and you take them to their vet visits, and if they get sick, it can get freaking expensive. Really expensive. So I was like, no, I didn't take her back. He's like, nah, I wouldn't have either, because if she's doing better, then there's no point. They would have just charged you just for going, right? So it's like, yeah. But anyway, yeah. So didn't get to get my shelves, which is fine. Like I said, I moved the game room around. I'm getting it ready for the 2026 game room tour. I know it's still like another month and a half away from now, but still, kind of like just got it ready. And what this means is, next year, if everything goes good, I'll get those shelves. I'll get those bookshelves. I'll install them. Or I gotta build the damn things first. Build them, set them up, put my games on there, and dude, maybe after that we'll see what happens after the 2027 game room tour. But yeah, that was what it was. Just in case, like you watched last week's video, you're like wondering, what's he talking about? What items was he gonna acquire that was gonna end the game room tours? That's what it was. It was bookshelves, 2 massive bookshelves. But in a way, I'm kind of glad that I didn't get them, because that would have been sad to not do another game room tour. But you are gonna get a game room tour this year, or this coming year. You're gonna get a tour of the game room. You're gonna get a tour of where I game, plus my kitchen, because like I said, I'm kind of I have my living room / kitchen kind of themed out a little bit in like D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, for those of you that don't know. So you can check that out. But yeah, man, that's what it was. 2 bookshelves. There's gonna be a game room tour this year. This is probably gonna be kind of a long game room tour because I got a lot to show. So you can be looking forward to that at the beginning of the year. And it's almost Thanksgiving, so hopefully the weather, it was hot today, man. It was freaking hot today. And I was looking at the weather, next week's gonna get nice and cold, and I can't wait. So there you have it, man. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, if you watched, and I'll see you on the next one.